never in Memphis, go to Memphis Conjure Shop, y'all. It's on Summer Avenue. Black owned, conjure, root worker. Her family has a lineage of root workers. And she and Miss Lisa is
Go past
amazing.
this light. Then at the next one, turn left.
Sorry, y'all. Yeah, I got this long. Yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, Memphis Conjure. I know my roots. Got this from Memphis Conjure, Miss Lisa. Like I was saying before, if you've ever read or you heard about the book, Memphis Root Workers and Conjure Magic, something like that. I can't remember the name of it. I got it at home. But her grandmother is in the book. And so her family comes from a lineage. She comes from a lineage of root workers and conjurers, as many of us do. Many of us do. But what I wanted to share with you all today, as we're still coming out and still in that love energy and love frequency and that high energy, it was extremely difficult for me to go to sleep at night. I don't think I went to sleep last night till almost like 4 in the morning. It was like way past 3. And so I know you all have been experiencing that as well. I know I'm not by myself with experiencing this high energy of just information. It feels like downloads and information is coming in, and which is good. So going into what I want to share with you all today is not a dream. And I was drawn to share with you all this while I was tossing and turning last night, but then I started to have information downloaded from my chronicles. And so what I want you all to do during this time is to pay attention to words that are coming to you. I got a whole chapter of my book done last night, a whole new chapter of my book that I didn't even know was gonna come out last night, and it came out at 3 o'clock in the morning, which we call the witching hour. So during the witching hour last night, you know, I laid down, I laid on my right, I laid on my left, I laid on my back. I was just moving, and I was trying to find a spot, and I turned everything off, and I was trying to find what was comfortable where I would just go to sleep. I just wanted to go to sleep, and I couldn't. And my mind just kept going. And so I pulled out my phone, I went to my notes, and then words and information just started to come. And so what I did, I just started typing. I was like, I'm not going to get up and get my computer or anything. I'm just going to put it in my notes. And then I can transfer it. I can copy and paste it into my Google Docs on where I'm writing my book later. But I just wanted to get it out in the notes. And so I'm sharing that for you all. I'm sharing that to say, it got nothing to do with me, partially, but mainly about for those of you all who are having difficulty sleeping during this time. Messages are coming through. You may want to journal. You may want to get up and write. You may want to get up and paint. You may want to get up and draw or create. But use this time, the witching hour time, because I thought about it. I'm like, it's the reason why I'm not sleeping right now. It's the reason why we're all not sleeping right now. But information is coming to us, and we need to use that to catapult us to the next level of the experience, for a higher experience. Because what is going to be sent to us is going to be that currency flow overload. It's going to be a currency flow overload from the creative energy and spark of information that you're going to receive during the witching hour. So I want you all to pay attention to yourselves doing that. And don't let the ideas just fly by. Write them down. Get a journal. Do like I did. Use your notes in your phone. Do all of that. So some of you all may be artists. You may sew. You may make clothing. You may come up with ideas for a clothing line. You may come up with ideas for drawing or artwork, abstract art. You may be a poet. You may come up with words for poems and a book of poems. You're going to receive information on, I don't know why cartoons coming to me. Somebody that's drawn cartoons. Somebody draws cartoons or is doing a cartoon series. T-shirt designs. You're going to come up with t-shirt designs. You may be analytical, and you may be thinking on a higher plane, a higher frequency plane. And you may come up with new words or just new ways of doing things that the world is going to use. So take the witching hour very, very serious and just listen, because at first, and I'm sharing this because I don't remember my dream, and it's telling me that the dream don't matter. You weren't supposed to dream. The information that we wanted to give to you was the information that you received in the waking state during the witching hour. So the witching hour is very important, y'all. You may be up and you may be thinking, damn, why I can't go to sleep? You go to sleep. You're going to go to sleep. It's not all the time that we get this energy, but it happens in spurts throughout the year if you pay attention. You'll have this spurts throughout the year. I know I also go through this during the Lionsgate portal, the 8/8 Lionsgate portal. I have this same energy during that time where I can't sleep, because most of the time I'm passed out, I'm knocked out, I'm going to sleep, no problem. And so if you're a type of person where you always go to sleep, no problem, you don't need nothing, you don't need to do nothing, smoke nothing, do anything to go to sleep. You can just lay out and pass out. That's me. And so if you're up during a certain time, ask Spirit, what is it that is trying to be revealed to you? What do you want me to know? Spirit, what would you have me to know? I started going back into doing my Hun Soul meditation that I've created. Connecting all of my 5 major organs and smiling into those organs, sending them light and energy. And when I was led and I was trying to go to sleep doing that, it didn't work. And I was like, I'm not going to take any melatonin. I'm not going to do anything like that. And so the chapter of my book just came to me. And all the words for that chapter came to me. And I just began to type it out on my phone because I didn't want to get out of bed. It wasn't like I was sleepy. I just didn't want to get out of bed. So do that. So now tonight you can prep. You can prep yourself. So if you know that you've been having difficulty sleeping at night, going to sleep, and you're someone who likes to write or you're an artist, have your materials close by your bed or your sleeping area. So when you get up and you can't sleep, you can just roll over on the side of the bed and just start going in. Start drawing, start writing, start creating. Putting forth that energy. Do more with that energy, what your spirit and your soul essence divinity is guiding you to do, instead of scrolling on social media, going on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. Take that time to be still in stillness and quiet during the witching hour and receive that information. Okay? It's very important. And if you all are not familiar with the witching hour, that is the time. That is like starting at like 12 a.m. going to about 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning. And that's the time with the moon that we're in connection and we're receiving information, downloads of information. If you someone who work with herbs, that's coming to me as well. You're going to come up with a healing concoction during that time. So just pay attention. Be divinely guided on what it is that's in you that needs to be put out to the world, right? Because if the words, everything was coming to me as if I just had already wrote it before, which I may have already wrote this book before. All right, and then put some extra oomph and magic to it. How much currency do you want this to bring? What lives do you want to touch with this? Who are you going to change with whatever you're putting out and Spirit is giving to you? Put it together where it makes sense, not just for you monetarily, but for those lives, y'all. Make it make sense for the lives of the people that you're going to touch. Whose lives are you going to change? Once you start manifesting, and I would say manifesting, but materializing, that's the word I'm looking for. Once you materialize the thought, because everything we see is a thought, and it comes into manifestation. So once we materialize that thought, like I did last night, I was writing that chapter in my book, it became materialized, because now it's out of my head, it's out of the ethers, and now it's on a physical, where someone can read it. And it's not on paper, but it was digitally in my notebook, where it's going to be transcribed on paper into a book, right? Now it's materialized. So I did the materialize, and then I started to receive this feeling. I started getting excited. I was like, oh yeah, I feel like I'm going to change people's lives. I feel like I'm going to be on stages talking to people and getting them to change their lives and see things from a different perspective, right? And getting them to a higher frequency, because it's me putting this out for people to get to their highest self, to their higher frequency. That's what this is about. All right? It's them to understand that I am you, you are me. All right? We are each other. And so, with that, you materialize it, create it. You have the feeling, that energy, that visualization, that imagination, and you start to feel the joy behind it. And you start to feel the completion of the mission, like it's already done. You have that energy behind it, all right? And this is just like not the law of attraction. My mind going blank. Oh gosh, once I get finished with this video, I'm gonna think about it. But I'm gonna have to put it in the description. It's not the law of attraction, it's the other one. But that is what you're doing. You're bringing things into reality, in this waking state reality, with the energy that you feel behind it, materializing it. I also put a currency behind, a currency number of what I want in my bank account to be with this. So doing all of that during the witching hour helps to bring things into manifestation, y'all. Just believe you me. I may not know the names of all of these different laws and attractions and all of this kind of stuff. I just work my magic, and that's all you have to do. I believe in the power that dwells within me, and I know I am divine energy in a physical encapsulated meat suit. And that's all I need to know. And I know whatever that I want, I can manifest in this reality, other realities, future, past, present. I can do it because I'm all powerful. I am God. I am divine energy. I know my roots. And so with that, work with the witching hour. And as always, I'm going to leave you in peace and high frequency.